When I was young, you know, I used to look at the blue skies. I never used to see these marks in the sky.
No.
Only from like the 1990s, I started to see these trails of vapor coming out of the back of planes, and I was like, what are they? You know, when you go on holiday, you go to different countries, you don't see them. You go Egypt, Africa, you don't see these things.
Right.
You know, you go South America, you don't see these things. So why are they happening here in London? I'm like, even the other day when I went abroad, I purposely looked up in the sky to see if I could see any, and I couldn't see any. It didn't make any sense. And as well as that, I never used to see much of them at night time. Always on a nice sunny day, I used to see these planes, one after the other. I mean, like, you know, a week ago, when it was really sunny, so about 5 planes, like just going by, just smoke after smoke. And
Yeah.
I'm like, where is this coming from? And why is this happening now? This never used to happen before.
So have you checked this out? Have you checked the sort of behind the scenes, if you like?
I've looked on some of the websites, and I heard quite a few of the stories about the chemtrails and the aluminium and stuff. Some people saying it's reflecting the sun, or the government's trying to protect the ozone layer. Now I'm seeing stuff about this blood kind of curdling live bioorganism which is in the chemical and all that kind of stuff. So there's a whole bunch of stuff, you know. Everybody could do their own research, just capture the vapor, do a kind of litmus test themselves, and analyze it under a microscope, see what's in it. But it doesn't seem normal, it doesn't seem right, and that's what really pisses me off, is that it blocks out the sun.
That's right.
And it's a continuous disrupt to the sky, the nice blue sky. Why do we have grey skies all the time? I know we have weather in England, I get that, but the planes and these trails are just messing up the lovely blue sky. You know, I am a sky gazer, and I do like looking at clouds.
Yeah.
Always did and always will.
Yeah.
So I notice these things quite obviously. There's something obviously wrong. I don't mind going on camera and saying that. Another thing what used to piss me off is like hay fever. I never used to suffer from it, and then summertime I get hay fever. At certain times you get a flu.
Yeah.
You know, why are these things on schedule when they sell these products on schedule? You go to a different country, you don't get none of these effects. You know, sometimes you just wonder.
Well, it's on the back of that flyer there, the one with the 2 skies on it. Who's benefiting from geo-engineering, and the pharmacy, the one that's at the bottom there, the one underneath that one. That one there, yeah, it's got the who's benefiting from it. Pharmaceutical companies, they don't have your health at interest. They don't have your well-being at heart. It's all keeping you ill, really. Make loads of money from people that are ill.
I try to avoid as much chemical products, pills and stuff like that. If I got a headache, I try to sleep it off.
Yep.
You know, you don't have control when you start putting in these things. You lose control of your natural bio rhythm. You know, and I just personally think it's a bit bigger than it looks. It's a nice day today, but it's hazy sunshine.
Yeah, it
Probably
is.
they were busy this morning. You heard about the Schumann Resonance? The what? Schumann Resonance. No. What is it? It's an interaction between this planet Earth and the sun. When the sun shines on us and is interacting with the planet vibrates at a certain frequency. It's called the Schumann Resonance. I agree with that. It's 7.8 gigahertz. The thing is, if you block the sun, change the frequency. The frequency changes. And that disrupts. Completely disrupts. It disrupts us. I know there's some kind of this, you know, it's vitamin D. And everything resonates because we're made of atoms. So it's vibration. That's just basic, you know, but I don't know what's going on, but I don't like it. I don't like the planes doing that. I think it's disgusting. And even if people will say there's no conspiracy or whatever and this and that, I just don't like the blue sky getting messed up like that. It's horrible. And if they're doing something on top of it, that's even worse.
Yep.
It's compounded. So, you know, if it was good, why wouldn't they tell us about it? Really? That's one of the truth. Yeah, Yeah, I've seen a few. Actually, the other day I checked out a bit more, and this guy was saying that, you know, he was on a flight, I don't know where he was coming from, and the flight attendants were insistent that they shut down the...
Ah, I've heard this before, the blinds, so they didn't look out the window.
In daytime, and it wasn't nighttime, you know, even though it might be overnight flight or whatever and stuff. And he popped it open and he saw the vapor trails blocking up all of his views. You know, so we actually paid to do it. Which is the irony of it. It's just weird. You know, I see lots of, it's just, what can we do?
Now, I've just come back to Speaker's Corner, having spent the best part of the afternoon here, and this guy is yet another guy who knows a little bit about what's really going on in the world. So just carry on where you left off, really. What do you know about what's really going on in the world, you know?
Yeah, I know there's so much happening.
Yeah?
That we're blind to be honest. That's the way I view it.
Yep.
And I think the main reason is because we're being distracted.
Yep.
And the way is because we're all just living, you know, not really caring for what matters.
Yep.
You know, we don't like, that's the thing, because we try to just go with our day.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying? But the thing is, it's people like you that are raising awareness.
Yep.
Whereas it's so much, like you said, like you rightly said, it's so much more than just chemtrails.
Oh, yeah.
But that's just one of the things I came across, and I need to delve in and actually find out more about. But I've witnessed planes flying about, releasing
Yeah?
all these trails.
And a lot of people think it's just to do with planes, and a lot of people say you must be against flying. I'm not against flying, but we know this is being done deliberately.
Yeah,
and there's a big agenda at stake. And I first got into this a few years ago, 3 years ago now, and you know, first of all, I knew about vaccines though. I'd heard of Monsanto, I knew about genetically modified food, but when you start getting into this stuff, you realise it's like joining dots, and it's all part of a very big picture. It's all linked, and it's massive, and it's sinister, and it's evil, and it's unbelievable. It's kind of, am I really living in this world? I mean, seriously, you wonder, don't you?
Yeah. Exactly.
I mean, I had a guy this morning, he was talking to me, and he said, this is so unbelievable, no one can believe it. And I was telling him about the Georgia Stones. You probably don't know about the Georgia Stones and the Agenda 21. They've actually got on the stones that they've got to get rid of 90% of the population. It's cast in stone. You can go on Google Images and find it. And he said, no one's going to believe that, are they? Exactly. No one is going to believe it. It's there in stone in front of your bloody face, so obvious as the nose on your face, no one's going to believe it. And this is what it's like when they spray the skies. It is obvious what they're doing, and people don't believe it. It's like in your face, so in your face, and people don't see it.
Exactly.
And the government are very clever now, and they realise people are asking a few awkward questions. So it's ice. It's ice crystals. Nothing to worry about. Water vapour. Too many planes. It's planes. You know, we've got lots of planes now. But how come we have so many civilian flights at 4 and 5 o'clock in the morning then?
That's right.
The first flights from airports, I think, are about 6 o'clock. Would you say 6 o'clock first flights? I mean, yeah, there's quite a few leave early in the morning, but it's the military. They're out spraying the skies in the morning. I mean, I'm not often up that early, but gardeners I speak to who are up early, people who go out their business, what are they spraying the... Well, they don't say what are the planes doing up there now?
Exactly.
And they do some pretty pictures in the sky as well. I've seen a Pentagon sign in the sky. I've got a picture of that. Yeah. Quite cleverly done that. That's not a plane flying to America that's created that. Loop-de-loops, U-turns. It's not, hang on passengers, we're just going to do a 180-degree turn now, you know, just going to... But there's plenty of evidence, there's plenty of people taking pictures of these crazy...
Exactly. Everything is pointing towards them. That's something is definitely going on.
Something is definitely going on, and there are so many people waking up to it now.
And I feel like it all boils down to what we initially agreed upon. It's that we're being distracted.
Exactly.
Since way back.
Yeah.
Through just everything we do.
Yep.
Since as I said earlier, we just live the day by the day.
Yeah.
We don't care about the future. We don't care about our plans. In fact, whoever's doing this, that's the kind of plans that they hit, long plans. And
Oh yes.
so the thing is, we're getting distracted by all means.
Even football and rugby is a distraction.
Exactly. my
Let's
point.
keep the population hooked on football. There's a massive crowds going to rugby match this afternoon. I think it's England versus Wales or something. Loads of them, all filling up the stations. And football, there's a big football match on somewhere as well. Millwall against something. You know, big distraction.
Exactly. So it's not even just one type of distraction. It goes on
Oh, yeah.
sports, games, movies,
Yeah,
you know, watching
absolutely.
films.
Yeah.
Just TV shows that never end, you know.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? One show after the next. And even when they're done with one show, that's not enough. You're never left satisfied, so you're always seeking some form of entertainment. You get me?
That's their choice though, isn't it?
It is their choice. I have nothing. I don't think it's wrong to have some fun. Don't get me wrong. You're allowed to have some fun, but that kind of stops you from thinking about everything else, doesn't it?
Yeah, no, I mean I agree. People can get very easily distracted by these kind of things, you know, and not care about issues that are affecting them. But at the end of the day, there are people who are just going to want to do that. There's people who just don't care.
Exactly. That they're entitled. If they don't care, that's them. I'm talking about the people like us that care. I'm assuming you care. That's why we're over here having these discussions. So going by that, the way I see it is that I'm not saying what they're doing is wrong. It's just that they don't realise it's a distraction.
So what's the issue then? I've just come past.
No, we're talking about things going on.
Yeah, I've been here this afternoon at Speaker's Corner, had banners up on the fence a while ago, went off to have something to eat with my friends, talking about chemtrails, geo-engineering, weather modification, weather manipulation, which has been going on for quite some time now, several decades. But the young people of today, unfortunately, see that big, that mess up there in the middle of the sky, above the trees, that's all chemical.
Is that not a particular type of cloud?
Ah, well they probably call that cirrus radiatus. It's a form of spreading chemtrail. The kids nowadays are given cloud names. There's about 42 new cloud names in classrooms. They're given names. They're not cirrus at all. They're cirrus poisonosus, I call them.
So what are the chemicals that are apparently spreading?
Very toxic things like aluminium oxide, barium, chromium, strontium, heavy metal toxicity. If you've ever wondered why Alzheimer's is going off the Richter scale, and maybe you know older people have got Alzheimer's or dementia, that's really the main reason. It's the aluminium oxide being dumped by the ton on our planet, literally. And it's right across the world. We've got, you know, Europe, America, Australia.
Who's doing this apparently?
Mostly the military. Mostly the
Sanctioned by
military.
the government.
Pardon, what did you say, sorry?
Sanctioned by the government.
Well, I think it's the other way around, actually. I think the military have got the government under them.
Really?
Cameron is just a puppet. They are very powerful, the military. The military in America are hugely powerful. But the military are out in the morning, spraying the skies, very early.
Let me call you.
And quite often you wake up, I mean, people who are up early in the morning, a lot of older people, they get up quite early, they don't sleep much. They sit outside, you know, catch a bit of morning sun, and yeah, the sky's going to be blue first thing. 10, 11 o'clock, we've got grey out again. How much sun have we actually seen this winter?
Why do you think that, what's the purpose of the military spraying these chemicals?
It's one of those multifaceted agendas. There's many agendas to this. It's very, very deep stuff. I could stand and talk for 2 hours about it.
Just summarise like the main, is it like a kind of...
Well, I can take one facet. I can take the facet of health, for instance. It damages our health severely.
You think the military are trying to slowly kill us?
Depopulation is one of the agendas, yeah.
Do you think that's the main agenda?
No.
What's the main agenda?
I don't know the main agenda.
The main agendas.
There's it's really deep stuff, and really you should go in instead of going to the deep end of the swimming pool. You should start at the paddling end. But
What's the paddling end?
Well, certainly with your phone, they can pinpoint where you are.
That's true.
Yeah.
You can turn off your connections.
I mean, this is why, you know.
Sorry to interrupt.
No, go on.
About that. About you can switch it off. Find a way to avoid it. If you read in most apps, it actually says that they can switch on location whenever they want. They can
actually listen in on your conversation as well.
They can,
Yeah.
they can turn on the a microphone on your phone.
That's all required by permissions. Whenever you download an app, there's a load of permissions you have to accept.
Yeah, who reads the small print though? Who reads the terms and conditions?
Yeah, that is an issue, I agree. But
People just tick boxes, let's get this down now.
True.
Yeah.
I don't know, what are you expecting to come from this? Because a lot of people don't really have anything to hide either. You know?
Yeah.
And people say that surveillance is a bad thing, and naturally we should have this kind of privacy. And yeah, okay, I kind of get that kind of feeling, you know, that we should. But at the end of the day, you know, if you're not doing anything wrong, you've got nothing to hide. And
But they can target certain individuals, and we know that people who speak the truth about what's going on. I mean, let's take Prince as an example. Was he murdered? Big question mark. He actually spoke out about chemtrails. And, you know, people in those sort of positions who speak out about things and they've got a big following, or people who listen to them, we don't want people talking about stuff like that. Oh, no, 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 no. They can take people out of the system now. And they do.
is it alright if I have one of your leaflets?
Yeah, sure, help yourself. Take it out of the bundle, there you go.